Hi everyone, on this video we are going to discuss how to repair a cracked shower base. Most people think that a cracked shower base requires a full bathroom renovation. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. We can repair it safely and structurally using fiberglass epoxy repair method. I will also show you how to build a solid mat using composite decking that you can put on top of your shower base to prevent cracks recurring in the future. So we will jump on the project very soon. Hi everyone, on this video we are going to discuss our first option on repairing a cracked shower base. Our first option is to create a solid mat that the person who is taking a shower to stand on, therefore spreading the weight evenly across the mat and will prevent future cracks happening on our repaired shower base. What I did is I bought all the materials needed to build a solid mat in our local hardware. I bought one composite decking of 5 meters in length. So I brought the drop saw with me and I cut 750 mils of length in the car park so I can fit it inside the car. I ended up with 6 slots of the composite decking, but we are only going to use 5 slots for the mat. The dimensions of the mat is 750 by 750 mils. The inside dimension of my shower is 800 by 800. 750 by 750 will give up enough space around so we can easily lift the mat if we need to clean the underneath of the mat where the mat is sitting on the shower base. I also bought aluminum flat bars. They came in at 1 meter length, so I cut it to 750 mils as well and used a file to smoothen the edges, make sure it's not sharp. I use this file as well to smoothen the edges of the composite decking so it's not sharp, so the person who is taking a shower won't get scratched accidentally. And then we're gonna fix the decking into the aluminum flat bar that we bought by using stainless steel self-stopping screws. So underneath this aluminum flat bar, I'm gonna put rubber strips on tire length, so this will prevent introducing scratches on our shower base once we put the mat on top of it. Then we will going to build the mat and I will show you our progress later on. Hello everyone, I just finished drilling 3 holes in our slots so it'll be easier to screw it down with our stainless steel screws. I also smoothen the edges of the slots so it's not sharp. Make sure that it's smooth, and the rest of the slots I've already done with the holes. So the aluminum bar will be fixed underneath like that. So we have 3 bars going that way underneath as planned. So I'm gonna do that very soon and I'll show you guys our progress later. We are also going to need spaces to space out the slots evenly on our mat. So what I've done is I've used one of the offcuts of our composite decking and use the table saw to cut a strip like this. I will use the drop saw later on to cut this further into 17.5 mils which is our final measurement for the spacers that we are going to use for our mat. So what I have done now is I got one spacer out of this strip in 17.5 mils in width. So we're gonna use one spacer on one end and one spacer on the other end, so we can space out the slots evenly on our mat. There are 5 slots, so there are 4 spacers in between, so we are going to need 8 spacers in total. So I'm gonna cut 7 more spacers out of this strip, and I will show you our progress later on. Okay, I have already cut 7 spacers, and we are on our last spacer to cut. Yes, it is important to have an exact measurement of 17.5. So what I did, the width of the blade is 3 mils. So I measured approximately 20.5. When I cut it, less the 3 mils width of the blade will give us 17.5 exactly. Or if you want, you can put a block here, clamp it there, and then cut the first one, and then the next one you don't have to measure. You just use this as your stop guide, and that will also give you 8 spacers with the same width. So yes, we are going to cut the last spacer, and we will continue from there. I just finished cutting all the spacers that we're gonna use for our mat. Those are the spacers now. They are all in place, total of 8. If you notice, I also drew guidelines, one on this end, one in the middle, and one on the other end. This will be our guide for our aluminum flat bars that we're gonna put in place to make sure that they will sit in the middle of the 5 holes that we make for our stainless steel screws to go through. I also planning to put drops of liquid nails, 2 on each slot, like that, and then put the aluminum bar on top of the glue. That will make sure our aluminum bar will stay in place once we turn it around to drive the stainless steel screws. This is the underneath side of the composite decking. This is the top side. So the lighter side will be the top. The dark side is the underside. So from here, I will going to show you the progress as we go through. I just finished putting drops of liquid nails in place, and I'm gonna put this aluminum bars pretty soon. This is the liquid nail that I bought from our local hardware, and the dispenser, and then I bought online this one. It's a cap, so when we finish using the liquid nail, we can seal it off with this. I think it's silicone. I bought it online. All right, this is the first time I'm using it, so I don't know if it's good or not, but we're gonna try. I just finished putting the aluminum bars in place. Make sure to slide it side to side when you're putting it on top of the glue, so the excess glue will come out. That's okay, because this is the underside of the mat. Make sure the spacers didn't move when you were moving the aluminum bar side to side, so the space will still be accurate. The liquid nail will take 24 hours to cure. So while we're waiting for that to happen, what I'm gonna do next is cut the rubber strips that we're gonna glue on top of these aluminum bars. That will make it safe for our shower base, so it won't scratch it, and also that will prevent the mat from moving because of the rubber. That's what we're gonna do next. Okay, I just finished cutting this rubber strips. The original width of the rubber strip is 50 mils. I cut it in the middle using a blade and a metal ruler. We ended up with 25 mils of width, which is exactly the width of our aluminum bar. So we got 4 strips of 25 by 750 mils, which we're gonna put on top of the aluminum bars using glue. This is what we're gonna use, all-purpose contact cement, or you can also use this one. We need a glue that's flexible, not stiff, so we can put the rubber on it without any problems later on. I just finished putting glue on the aluminum strip and one of the rubber strips, spreading it evenly using a wooden spatula, and let it dry for a minute or two or so. That's the right way of using this contact bond cement. Make sure you spread evenly, covering both ends of the rubber strip and the aluminum bar, because that is the weakest point on the surface. So once we have 2 minutes, I'll put them on together, and we will continue from there and finishing the rest of the aluminum bars and strips. I just finished gluing all the strips into the aluminum bar, and I press firmly using the butt of our file here, like so. I run it through the entire strip, pressing firmly using the butt, so making sure it sits tight. It'll take 24 hours as well. I'll leave it 24 hours before we turn it around to make sure everything's bonded. So we'll take that time to go to the shower and get it moving from there. And tomorrow we will fix the slots with the stainless steel screws. It's been 24 hours since we put the glue and stick the rubber strips and the aluminum flat bars to our composite slots. So I think it's about time to turn around and proceed to our final stage of building the solid mat. The one thing that I'm going to change on our plans is the use of stainless steel screws, which are going to change to rivets. I think rivets are more appropriate for the job and much more stronger. So you got a 32 millimeter grip, and the diameter is a bit bigger than the screws, so I need to redo the holes so the rivets will fit into it. So we're gonna take up the spaces and turn the mat around. All right, I will redo the holes and I'll show you what I'm done after I finish. We are on the last 3 holes of the rivets and just finishing up now. And we are done. This is what it looks like. Nicely done. And this is the one we're gonna put on top of the shower base. This is our first option on how to repair a shower base. Hi everyone, before we continue on the next stage of using the fiberglass repair method, I want to pause here for those people who are choosing option 1. Option 1, just like I mentioned in the start of the video, is building a solid mat. That is the easiest way around this problem. If you don't want to drill holes to fill it with expander foam, that's fine. But it is crucial to still pull stop holes at the ends of each crack. You don't need to drill a hole all the way down. Just need to be superficial to stop the cracks from spreading. Open up the cracks and then use a white no mold silicone sealant. Put it on the holes that you made and the open up cracks. Give it 24 hours to cure. Even though your shower base is flexing, which causes the cracks, once you put the solid mat that you built on top of the shower base, that will spread the weight of the person taking a shower. So it's not concentrated on the spot which has the flexing, which causes the cracks in the first place. So that's the easiest way around this problem. If you are not confident on using a fiberglass repair method and you don't want to drill holes on your shower base, or if you're not selling the house soon or financially constrained at this time to do a full bathroom renovation, then the solid mat is your best option at this time. Hi everyone, I just want to show option 1, which I did in the main bathroom. I placed a solid mat. What I did first is open up the cracks and put stop holes to prevent the cracks from spreading. I then applied silicone sealant to make it watertight and let it cure for 24 hours. After that, I laid the solid mat. This will absorb the weight of the person taking a shower and spread it evenly. So it will prevent future cracks from happening. The one thing that you need to remember is that when laying the mat, the aluminum bars underneath should be pointing towards the drainage hole. This will not impede the natural flow of water and prevent the water from pooling underneath the mat. So that's the only thing you need to remember. So I think this is the easiest way around the problem. My wife is happy, I am happy, and I think it looks okay. So I think for people who don't want to use or not confident to use fiberglass epoxy resin repair method, this is the option for you.